Mass stabbing leaves 5 people wounded in Amsterdam. Imagine strolling through the heart of Amsterdam, surrounded by the lively energy of Dam Square, when suddenly, chaos erupts. A scream pierces the air, followed by panic as people realize a brutal attack is unfolding. What led to this shocking act of violence? Who was behind it? And what was their motive? Stay with us as we break down the terrifying moments of the mass stabbing that left 5 people wounded and the intense manhunt that followed. 5 people were hurt in a mass stabbing in downtown Amsterdam on March 27, 2025. 2 American tourists were among them. Around 3:30 p.m. local time, the attack happened on Sint-Nicolaasstraat, which is close to the famous Dam Square and a busy spot that both locals and tourists like to visit. There was an American woman, 67 years old, an American man, 69 years old, a Polish man, 26 years old, a Belgian woman, 73 years old, and a Dutch woman from Amsterdam, 19 years old. Since the attack, there have been worries about public safety and possible reasons for the crime, even though the investigation is still going on. Witnesses said there was a sudden explosion of chaos. Someone who was nearby said they heard a loud scream and then saw people running away in fear as they realized an attack was happening. People who were nearby were shocked by the sudden act of violence and quickly ran away or found cover. Customers saw an elderly woman being stabbed in the back, said a shop worker who worked close to the scene of the crime. She was with her husband. It was only clear to me when the woman was on the ground. It looked very bad. Businesses in the area were already used to a lot of tourists, but the violence of the attack shook them. As the attack happened, people on the street screamed and ran, and some tried to stop it. Others called the police and firefighters right away while trying to help the hurt people. Many people were shocked and confused by how quickly and unexpectedly the event happened. What to do in an emergency? Quickly, emergency services arrived with about 14 police cars, motorcycle units, several ambulances, and a trauma chopper that landed right on Dam Square. Once everyone was safe, the officials slowly lifted the cordon, letting normal life return to the area. Witnesses said the suspect looked like a man in a hoodie. He was caught close to the scene of the crime. According to the first reports, a brave bystander was able to beat up the attacker before the police came, which may have kept more people from getting hurt. Later, the police reported that the suspect had hurt his leg while being arrested. After that, he was taken to a hospital to get treated before being arrested. The police are now questioning him to find out what he was up to and if he had any mental health or criminal past. The police in Amsterdam said in a short statement, "A motive is still unclear, but it is part of our ongoing investigation." Officials haven't ruled out any options, but they have said that there isn't any proof right now that points to a terrorist motive. The investigation will keep looking into all possible connections, such as the suspect's past, present, and possible links to other crimes. People who were hurt were quickly taken to hospitals nearby. Doctors and nurses worked quickly to stabilize the victims, but specifics about their situations have not been made public yet. Reports say that some of the victims were seriously hurt, but none of them are thought to be in a life-threatening situation. Officials at the hospital have told the public that those who are sick are getting all the care they need. Mayor Femke Halsema of Amsterdam said she felt sorry for the victims and their families and promised that the city would be there for them during this hard time. She said, "This terrible event is a sad reminder of how unpredictable violence can be. We feel bad for those who have been hurt, and we will make sure they get the help and care they need." Reactions from the community and officials. Tourists and people who live in the area were both shocked by the attack. After the stabbing, Dam Square, which is usually a lively place, turned into a scary and unsettling place. Because the crime came as a surprise, many people in the area started to worry about their safety in public places. When Amsterdam Mayor Femke Halsema heard the news, she left a city council meeting to try to solve the problem herself. There have been more stabbings in the city, and some of them may be related to mental health problems. This is why the police set up a number for people who are worried about people acting in crazy ways. Fears have also been raised by tourists in the area. A British tourist who was close to the scene of the crime said it was horrifying and that it made him feel less safe in Amsterdam. In the same way, people in the Netherlands used social media to talk about how shocked, angry, and sad they were about what happened. The Dutch government has said again that it is committed to keeping people safe and stopping things like this from happening again. Authorities have promised more patrols in high-traffic places and have asked people to stay alert while they look into what happened. Investigation is still going on. The police are constantly looking into what happened and are looking into all possible reasons, such as the attack being random. To figure out what happened before the stabbing, investigators are looking at video footage, talking to witnesses, and looking into the suspect's past. The police have asked the public for any videos or details that could help them with their investigation. Tourists and locals who were at the scene are being asked to come forward with any information that could help. The cops have not yet said that the attack was a terrorist act. Any chance has not been thrown out, though. The suspect's mental health, possible ties, and crime history are all being closely looked at. The Dutch government has told the people that they are doing everything they can to find out what happened in this case. As the study goes on, more information is likely to come out. This terrible event shows how important it is for communities to be alert and for mental health support services to be strong. As Amsterdam deals with the fallout, it's clear that its people are strong and united. The city's emergency services responded quickly and effectively, which may have kept more people from getting hurt. The authorities are still putting the safety and well-being of all residents and tourists first and are working hard to stop similar things from happening again. Netherlands' Amsterdam is still a popular tourist spot, but events like these show us how important it is to be more alert and ready. People in Amsterdam and tourists who come to the city are still hoping that justice will be done and steps will be taken to stop similar tragedies from happening again. The world stands with the victims, their families, and everyone else who was hurt by this pointless act of violence. The attack in Amsterdam is a sad reminder of how violence in public places can happen at any time. But the city's response, which included quick emergency action and strong community support, shows how strong it is even when things go wrong. Police and government officials will work together in the future to make sure that the city's busy streets stay safe and peaceful for everyone. Don't miss out on important updates. Subscribe now and turn on notifications to stay informed about breaking news and major events.